One time people tried to catch Jesus in the trap. They came to him with a lose-lose question. If you're married, you understand what that is. They said, "Is it lawful for us to give tribute to Caesar or not?" Now here's the dilemma. If Jesus said, "No, don't give tribute to Caesar," then they would call the Romans, and the Romans would come after Jesus for encouraging the people not to pay taxes. So that's a lose. But if Jesus said, "Yes, it is lawful for you to pay your taxes to Caesar," then the people would go to the Jews and say, "Hey, look at this guy. He's against the Jews. He's against us because he's for Caesar." And then the Jews would be sicked on Jesus. So it's a lose-lose. No, don't give him taxes. Well, then the Romans are after him. Yes, give him your taxes. Well, then the Jews are after him. So what does he do? Jesus was far too smart for these silly games, these word games. And so he asked them, he said, "Bring a coin to me." And I have a coin right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it has an inscription there of Caesar on it. It's a replica Roman coin. And Jesus took it and he inspected it. He asked them to inspect it, and he asked them a question. Whose likeness and inscription does it have? Well, they looked on it and they said, "Well, that's a inscription and likeness of Caesar. It's Caesar's." Then Jesus drops the bomb, and he says this, "Well then, render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." Give it to Caesar. Give him his coin back. And give to God what is God's. We all marvel at his answer, and for good reason. I mean, it was brilliant. It was a brilliant answer. We know that the coin is Caesar's, but do we ever ask, what is God's? Because Jesus said, "Give to Caesar what is Caesar's." Okay, here's your coin, Caesar. But then he says, to render unto God what is God. So what is God's? What is that thing that we should render to him? He said, "Whose likeness and inscription is on this coin?" Caesar's. Well, can you look anywhere in the universe and find where God's likeness and inscription is found? Do you know where that is? Genesis chapter 1 tells us. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image and after our likeness. Render to God the things that are God's." Whose inscription do you have? God's. God's. Made in his image. It's you. You are the thing that needs to be rendered to God. You bear the image and likeness of God. And that's why Paul tells us to present our bodies as living sacrifices to him, because you are the image of God, and God wants his. Does that make sense?